we start this episode by attacking innocent squid because I need ink sacs. Not for any particular project, just it's nice to gather them because I know if I do need them, I'm going to need them in large quantities, so it's always good to take advantage of squids when you see them. I do like the new mechanic though, and I've gotten into a rhythm of swatting them before they can get away because that's fairly new. I think that was 1.13, where you swat them and then they spray ink and go in whichever direction they are. So I've noticed that a fully charged iron axe will be able to take most of their health away, and then you can just bop them with a half-charged blow and it should take care of them, and then they don't have a chance to get away from you. I mean, you can usually catch them in the rivers, but in open oceans it gets a little more complicated. So, here I am talking about killing squid in a block game. Must be boring. We should probably get on with something more productive, but first I gotta sleep. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 3 in this lonely world. I'm calling it a lonely world now because I'm all by myself. Today I want to do a couple things, actually. I want to build with redstone later on, but first I want to build a tree over where that bee nest is and make that more pretty, because right now it's just a default oak tree, and default oak trees, they're okay, but they're not beautiful. not beautiful like jungle biome beautiful. So I'm gonna make my own, and I think it's gonna look pretty cool. I'm gonna go over there now. Oh, also, before I go, I did capture a zombie villager. I don't have any of the resources to cure a zombie villager right now, but it's nice to have them on hand when you do have resources, and I don't plan on doing anything with him for a while, so he's just gonna sit here in this box. I'm gonna try to get another one though, so then we'll have 2, and then we can basically make infinite villagers once we get more established. That's why, if you've been wondering what this box is, now you know. Oh, also, one thing I do want to bring up too is the other day I actually dropped my microphone, and I'm pretty sure it's okay, but there's this humming that's been going on. Ooh, I can't walk and talk at the same time. There's this humming that's been going on in the background I've noticed in the last few clips I've recorded. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. It does show up on OBS in the sound bar, but it hasn't seemed to intrude that badly. So I'm just going to keep recording with that until I can find an alternative. However, if it does bother you enough to close the episode, just let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can hasten the progress on getting that fixed. With all that talking, I almost forgot about what I was going to do, which is fix this tree. So let's get to that. I'm going to start building the branches, and I'm going to build it in a style that I don't usually build trees in. It's something new I want to try, which is, oh, hello, oops, I feel bad now, which is adding lots of air in between the leaves. I've been researching some tree styles, and I've noticed that most of the time when I build trees, they're very dense, and while that is applicable for some types of trees, it doesn't work for all types of trees, so I'm going to try something a little bit different. This tree's also going to be pretty big. I think the trunk's going to start around here, then we'll have this thing hanging from a pole or something. I don't know. We'll see, but let's build the trunk. I burned through almost an entire stack of melons building this tree, but I think it looks good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's quite wild, I know, but like I said before, I'm trying to add more air into my tree design, so I thought I would spread this one out a little bit more. It took a while, a lot of jumping, a lot of falling. A little bit of frustration, but it's done. I'm happy. Naturally, the next step would be to add leaves. However, I do want to spruce it up a little, literally, with fence gates and, fences, just to give it a little more branch feel, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be my next step, and then I'm just going to add leaves and try to incorporate as much air as I can, without it seeming, too barren. I want there to be enough leaves for the tree to appear alive, but I want there to be enough space to make it not seem like this dense ball of green. Oh, and you might notice that the humming is gone. It wasn't, in fact, my microphone. It was my PC. I had it resting up against my desk, and it was vibrating ever so slightly, so that's fixed. However, there might be a new sound. My cat has decided that it is snuggle time, and I cannot refuse, so she's sitting on my lap right now, purring away. So, yeah, that's that's where I'm at right now. So let's get these spruce bits in and put some leaves and see where we feel from there. I might also add some more branches to the top. I can see it's kind of flat up there, so we'll work that out. I know I'm getting distracted a little bit, but I really love the way the honey particles work. They're so cool. Just the way they linger kind of for a while. It really emulates sort of how a sticky, really viscous substance would take a long time to soak into whatever surface it's laying on, which I think is really cool. I mean, the only thing they could do to improve it is make it dependent on the block, whether or not it soaks in. For example, wood, it might take a lot longer to soak in. I just think that's really cool. Plus, you know, looking at it drip down and you can look straight up, it's really cool. I gotta stop saying cool and get to putting branches in. Oh man, you have to be kidding me, really? At this rate, I'm never gonna finish that tree. Oh my goodness. Seriously? Like, alright, well, I guess we've got some pulling out to do. And stay out. There we go. That'll make them, of course. Yeah, they all listen to me, because, you know, whatever I say has complete bearing on whatever they do. Also, I've just noticed that that wandering trader has just completely vanished. I think the, whatever timer they're on that makes them despawn went up it's just as soon as I noticed them in there. Well, that saves a lot of trouble because I wasn't sure how I was going to get them out, so there we go. Anyways, let's get back to the task at hand. Oh, the baby bees are so cute. I love them. Yeah, no, I still haven't done that. I'm gonna get to, I swear, I'm gonna get it done. Don't worry. Oh, they're so adorable, though. Yep, that's the scraggly look I'm going for. I haven't added the spruce fences yet. I think I'm gonna add them when I add the leaves, because I think they're going to be more in between the pieces of leaf. I'm not sure, really, how to make them look like branches attached to these, because they can't really attach onto the side, because they have these double connection things. They're more for vertical attachments, which I think would be easier to implement once I have leaves. The dirt spaghetti monsters have grown, but so has the tree, and I'm really liking the messy look of it right now. I think it's fantastic. It looks a lot like my hair right now, and I love it. Definitely could have some more leaves, but like I said before, I want to make it nice and airy, like a real-life tree. I mean, real-life trees aren't just this big mass of leaves. They're mostly air, you know, between the leaves and stuff, so that's kind of what I wanted to emulate here, and I think it's fit. Now, I do want to do one more thing with it, and that is add blossoms, and I plan on doing this by putting dirt hidden among the leaves and just planting flowers like this, probably these flowers, since they're nice and large and simple looking. They'll look like little tree blossoms. Now, it won't be that prevalent, but at least the bees will have something to stick their butts into on the tree, and I think that'll fit the theme nicely. So I'm going to do that, as well as some other detailing and you know, naturalification, if you will. And once I have access to green dye, I'm going to add some green carpets on top of some of the branches to kind of emulate moss. But unfortunately, I don't have green dye right now, so that's just going to have to wait. During the time between this bit and the last bit, I actually found 2 cats in the jungle and tamed them. I recorded one. And I can't seem to find them. They've wandered off. I'm pretty sure they changed that. So now when you tame a cat in the jungle, it doesn't follow you, because they just kind of walked away once the hearts appeared. So I'm not sure what that is. I was kind of hoping to have some cats, because then I could breed them up and set up a creeper farm in the future, but it doesn't look like they're staying with me. So unfortunately, yeah, no more cats for me. I also should get rid of the dirt spaghetti monsters I'm not using anymore, since, you know, they're kind of an eyesore. As fun as they are to call spaghetti monsters, it's probably better without them. I've come back to my central storage area to gather some materials for my naturalification of the tree area over there, and I've reminded myself that I indeed have something else I want to do for this video. So I think I want to do some of that before I head back to my bee area to finish the tree today. Don't worry, I'll get to that eventually, but for now I just want to experiment with some farms. And I have a very specific idea in mind, and that involves using the redstone conductivity of melons. Now, to me this is a groundbreaking concept, but to many of you this is probably very basic, and I'm sorry, but just bear with me because I am a beginner when it comes to redstone. But what I want to do, and this is what I theorize, is to somehow use the melon, when it grows, to conduct a piece of redstone signal from one side to a piston, which will then break it, breaking the signal. Obviously, I can't grow melons on top of redstone torches, so this is just a proof of concept. So I intend to use something like repeaters or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work yet, but, you know, we'll wait and see. And I think I'm going to build it in this room up here. Yep, this space looks big enough to start. Perfect. Perfect. This is a really clunky design, but it works. And here it is in the survival world, and you'll see I actually didn't put it upstairs in that little house thing because there wasn't any room. So I vastly underestimated the amount of space this would take up. So I've put it down here, and I'm going to fill this area with other amenities like farms later on too. But I think this is a good start. If you're curious about how this contraption works, basically all it is the melon is completing a circuit that I can turn on here. So the redstone will go in there, a melon will grow here, and then it will conduct the redstone signal from here to up there to that torch, which will get inverted, and then that will in turn invert that torch, which will turn on and activate the piston, pushing it down. And if you know anything about redstone, you're probably cringing pretty hard right now about the inefficiencies of this contraption, but you know what? It's my baby, and I'm pretty happy with it. I came up with it myself, so I'm gonna keep it here. And yeah, the other thing, there is no storage system. I might put some hoppers around the edges. I don't know, get out of F5. Might put some hoppers around the edges here later on, but for now I think it's good as it is. Plus the plants haven't grown yet, so it's not functional yet, so it's okay right now, I think. I'm gonna leave it, and we're gonna go back to the little bee village, where I also have been doing some work, and I think it looks pretty cool with the flowers. Now, there is one drawback where you can actually see the dirt poking through, and I'm gonna guess it doesn't look all that flattering from above. However, I don't plan on seeing it from above for a very long time, so I think it's fantastic for now. It really adds just the right amount of color. I've also had to add a few more leaves to cover up the dirt, and I think that's done the tree well. It's not quite so flattering from this angle with the floating dirt and all, but I think it still fits. I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna keep these flowers. I think it suits the tree nicely and gives the bees, like I said, something to rub their butt up against and something to interact with, which is one of my building ideas for this. I want the bees to be kind of flying among the tree branches, and I think that'll give a lot of life to the build, and they haven't quite done that yet, but I hope once I start getting a lot more, they'll kind of venture up here, because I've seen a bunch flying above these trees, so, I mean, they can go far, and I need to sleep. So yeah, that's kind of the master plan, if you can call it that, to do with this tree. Now, I still have some more detailing work to do, and I've brought along some supplies. I'm going to kind of make this whole area a little bit of a garden with a little cobblestone wall, mossy cobblestone everywhere, kind of make it nice and lifelike, because right now it's bland-ish. I mean, there is detail, but not enough for me. I'm going to add some more, and then we can safely call this little area finished. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I gotta run. No. Almost. Bad idea. Oh no, they're coming after me. Oh, go, 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 go. Last one. Yes! Okay, we're good. Whew. All in the clear. Thank goodness for the shield. I ought to make myself a new one. Wait, hold on, did it? Oh, that's so weird. What? Oh, it rotates off-center? No, that's cool. I want to look at it. Whoa. Oh, and the handle's filled in with black, too. Okay. Maybe that's just an Optifine thing. I know I'm still using the early version. Anyways, yeah. That was a high-intensity distraction. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. So all I've done with this area is just build a mossy cobblestone cobblestone wall thingy and roughen up the ground a bit, put some stones around, make this little pond in the center, and just make it all kind of natural-ish. I mean, the wall is pretty ineffective. You don't even need to jump to go over most of it, but it's just there for aesthetics, pretty much. So, yeah, I think this little area is pretty much done. Now, all I need to do to finish it up is just fill in the rest of the beehives, and then we are set. At least for now, until maybe in the future we'll add some redstone, but that's a ways away, and I don't want to worry about that now. One thing, though, I'd like you to let me know about is, what do you think of these lanterns? I'm not too sure. The birch fence I thought would be a nice contrast, but it's a little bit too thick. Maybe some iron bars instead might fit. Or perhaps when I update this world to 1.16, some chain blocks. Let me know what you think. Anyways, with this lovely little garden finished and our redstone complete, I think it is time to begin wrapping this episode up. However, I just have one more thing I want to ask of you before I go. And that is, what should I name this grumble-butt in here? What should his name be? What do you think? Patient Zero or something? Or should it be something less, virusy, considering the current circumstances? Let me know. I'm curious. I really want to make this guy special. Hopefully we can make him last indefinitely, because, I mean, it's a first thing, right? First villager captured that is zombified. I have actually been collecting apples anyways. Oh, not in this chest there. To eventually cure villagers. But that's for another time, because I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were inspired by my very messy hair tree. And thank you very much for watching if you got to here. Well, excuse me. Hey. I'm trying to film a documentary here. Jeez, the nerve.